What's up, everybody? Welcome, and I'm Rob from RobLive. I was supposed to start this channel yesterday, but unfortunately, after several technical difficulties and some lost footage, I realized that today is probably the best day to start this. It's the best day because it's 4th of July, as you all know, and in the United States, we celebrate our independence. For me, it reminds me of the freedom of speech that I'm allowed in this country. I thought about this country today as I was doing my grueling run in the heat to stay in shape for baseball. That's a whole nother story we'll talk about later. But I was doing that run, I was thinking about the freedoms that I have, the ability to just get up and go wherever I want to go, access to facilities that I have, like a beautiful stadium to run at. And as I was reflecting on all this, I just thought about, what this YouTube channel might look like in a country where censorship is a huge thing, where everything is, strictly controlled. How there's a lot of things that I might say throughout my years on this channel that may not be allowed. And so I'm very grateful to be born here in the United States and to be a citizen of this country. And I know that there's a lot about our country that we need to work on. There are many people of the opinion that this country is headed in the wrong direction and that we need to fix many things about our systems here. And with that being said, that's where I reflect back and look at this country as a parent. Parents are designed to protect, they're designed to provide, they're designed to assist and guide. Much like our country was originally designed to do. But like a parent, our country is flawed, and sometimes the system doesn't work the way it was designed to work. Sometimes the country, just like a parent, doesn't provide for us in the way that we thought it would. Nevertheless, my love for my parents is unconditional, as is my love for this country. And so I'm very grateful to be able to kick off my channel, RobLive, today on the 4th of July. So the thing that really got me started with RobLive, and just to start it now, because I've been talking about this for many years, is a quote from one of my favorite authors, James Clear, who wrote Atomic Habits. And his quote says, as I'll read here, "It's rarely doing the work that is hard, it's starting the work. Once you begin, it's often less painful to continue working. And this is why in the beginning, it is more often more important to build a habit of getting started than it is to worry about whether or not you are doing enough." And so getting started is what I'm trying to do today. For those out there who are thinking about starting your own projects, just understand that many times, if not every time, you might not feel ready. There are many things that I've embarked on in my life where I didn't feel like I was ready or prepared or had everything I needed. Yeah, like for example, right now, like, maybe I should do this with the light on. And so I'm going to ask my son Panda right now off screen to try the lights on, right? This is, again, part of the process of just getting started and trying to get ready. So I'm trying to keep it real with you guys. But whatever that project is that you want to do, get started, which is kind of leading into the purpose of RobLive. And the purpose of RobLive is to provide hope and inspiration through sharing the good news that happens all around us on a daily basis. Good things happen to people all the time, and we're so caught up with life or distracted with the bad news that we forget to share. So I'll be asking my audience to send in all their great news and inspiring stories happening daily in their life, and I'll bring in guests to share stories of hope and inspiration as well. I want to be that channel that you can tune into to be uplifted or just have your hope and humanity reignited, right? I want to be that source of good news for you. And so that's why this channel exists. And I will do my best to try to bring you everything that is happening in this world that is good. Now, I'm not so naive to say that, bad things never happen or are not happening in this world, or that they're not something we should discuss, because they are. But I will leave most of that to the rest of social media, to the media in general, because trust me, there's always someone out there who's ready and willing to report all the bad news with all of the details. So I'll leave that job to someone else. I'll try to keep this as inspiring and as positive as possible. That's what happened last time. I'm still going. Okay. Technical difficulty, but Big Panda here says he's going to help me edit that out. So, with that being said, this is my first cast. I want to talk about what got me finally started after all these years. Is there was a man who came into my life. Shout out to Darren Parson, and we'll talk more about his story later. But this man was on stage at church one time when I walked in at a time when I was at a crossroads. I was like, okay, I'm living in Santa Clarita. I'm thinking about moving back home to the Central Valley to work on this library project, which I will explain later. But it was a big jump, right? My wife's from LA, my kid's born in LA, and now we're moving, and it's going to be life-changing for all of us. And I walk in the church, and there's a guy on stage, and he's talking about taking a leap of faith. This guy happens to be Darren Parson, and I'll talk more about him later, but just for now, know that he was the man that was at church that shared this word with me. So then, let's fast forward to 9 years later. Now I'm deciding, okay, when's the right time to start this channel? It's summer vacation because I am an educator, and I've got some free time. Maybe this is the right time. So I do what I do with most things in life these days, being a man of God. I pray on it, and I show up to church last Sunday, 2 days ago. Koinonia in Hanford, shout out to Koinonia. And I'm there in church, I'm praying about this, and I look to my left, and guess who's sitting over to my left a few chairs away? It's Darren and his wife. The very man who ignited my first leap of faith is now there again. That's all I needed to know. That's all I needed to see. I went over, gave him a big hug, gave his wife a hug, reminded them of their impact on me and this journey in life that I've had. And in my head, I was like, all right, it's time. Let's start this. So the channel's officially started now. Anyone who knows me personally and happens to watch this, I'm hoping that you find it in your heart to subscribe and to help support what I'm trying to do here. With that, knowing, the work that I've done and hopefully liking what I've done in the past, because I'm trying to give more of that. For those who are watching me for the first time and have no idea who I am, I will be sharing my story over the next couple of posts so that you can have a better idea of who you're subscribing to, and hopefully I'll be able to earn your viewership as well. So with that being said, this is RobLive, and as I always finish with love, peace, and chicken grease, happy 4th of July. I'm out.